As you all know, I've been going back through all of the Gears of War games, and it has been so much fun. Gears 1, 2, and 3 were a blast, 4 was not bad, and 5 was, well, 5 was not good. But I always had seen Gears of War Judgment on the game store and always was curious about it, but since it wasn't a main Gears game, I just didn't think it would even be worth my time at all to try it. And I was kind of wrong. I want to give a big shout out to Yeeter Griffin 1586. He left a comment on my Gears of War 5 video, and he just said, "No Gears of War Judgment review?" He said, "I'd definitely say that's an absolute amazing game." So it was because of Mr. Yeeter Griffin that I decided to give this game a go. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I did, kind of not glad I did. I don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other. The game really reminds me of like Dave and Buster's like arcade style games, like the Alien games or like the Terminator games, where you stand and you hold the gun and like you shoot the enemies coming at you and that's it. I think it feels that way for me because there's the declassified missions that you can do on every level, and I feel like there's not a clean flow to that. Like as soon as you finish one of those declassified missions, it like stops the level and like brings you to like a stat screen, and to me it just feels very arcadey, and in my honest opinion, I think that kind of breaks up the gameplay, like the flow of the game. I don't know. I didn't like it. It wasn't my cup of tea. But you know, I did like the missions that they had you do. I liked that. For some of them, you could only use a sniper, or you could only use the cleaver, or the shotguns, or whatever it is. There was some of the more difficult ones was like health doesn't regenerate, so you have to pick up the stim grenades and do it that way. I don't know. I thought it was very kind of innovative in that sense, where it gave you an option to almost play on hard mode. It reminds me a lot of early World of Warcraft, where before heroic mode was a thing, you could go and select, basically do the boss fight on hard mode and get extra rewards. That's more or less a good, comparison to how the declassified missions are broken down in Gears Judgment. The story was fine. I mean, I thought it was pretty interesting that they, there were 7 acts, I believe, instead of the regular 5. The game felt super, super short. I don't really know how much time I put into the game, but I know my last playthrough was an hour and 20 minutes, and that was for like Act 7, and then that was the entire DLC as well. So, I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about this game. It's not a bad game, per se. I don't like that it's broken up the way that it is. Somebody else commented on that same Yeeter Griffin comment and said, "Hey, it's the worst Gears, but go for it." And surprisingly, this is going to be a hot take, but I don't think it's the worst Gears. I still think 5 is the worst Gears. I think, having to drive around on the skiff, that destroyed the game for me. They wanted it to be an open world game, and it's just not an open world game. So I guess we have a new ranking now. I don't really remember what I said my ranking was in the Gears 5 video. It's probably Gears 2, 3, then 1. Then I'd probably say Judgment, and then 4, and then 5. I did have a good time with 4, so maybe they're interchangeable to flop in between 4 and Judgment, but I definitely think Judgment is better than Gears 5. Now that we've talked about Judgment, let's move on to the Aftermath portion of this video. I assume it's like a DLC, but I thought the way you unlock it's pretty cool. You have to complete the declassified missions, and you earn stars, and once you earn enough stars, you're able to actually play that section of the game. It takes place at the same time as Gears 3, and essentially it's a short little DLC. It took me a little over an hour to finish it, I think. But it was fun. There was actually a half decent jump scare. Funnily enough, I enjoyed Aftermath more than I enjoyed Judgment. So that's, I think, why I put it above Gears 5. I don't think that this is the worst Gears game. Out of all of them, I still stick with my statement and say that 5 is the worst. I'll be fully transparent. I'm not going to play Tactics. I don't like that style of game, so that'll just be one game that I just don't touch. But Aftermath was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed playing through that little section. I thought it was a cool little, backstory, so to speak. And yeah, I had a really good time with this game from start to finish. I honestly can't wait for the later Gears games coming out. I can't remember if they're coming out at the end of this year or if it's going to be 25, 26, but I can't wait to play those games. Thank you guys for the support on the channel. As of today, which is Sunday the 18th, I think, we are sitting at 361 subscribers, so I really appreciate all of you guys pitching in on our drive to 400. So let me know what game you want to see next. I'm currently working through another game at the moment. I know I said there'd be some more college football videos. Not sure if I'm going to do that with how the reception was for the little overview I did for the game, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate all your support, and see you in the next one. Peace.